Yo, camping buddy. Oh, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I'm gonna sit on driving. I definitely. If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
I'm an actor in an ad. I was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere.
Picked up the case, hoping that DNA testing would help him identify. What would you hope for the science to do?
We knew it was human, but it was not. So I was looking at more advanced testing, potentially a police technology in high color. Those things could be powerful investigative tools to narrow down your search.
The process known as phenotyping allowed the results to be compiled into a rough sketch of what the suspect might look like. The snapshot failed to advance the investigation, ultimately factors to a revolutionary new form of testing. At what point were you tempted to use genealogy to try to solve this case?
It wasn't until the success of the Golden State Killer case that it spread to the investigative community, and I was very interested in trying it.
Deputy District Attorney Gary Harrison agreed, noting that forensic genealogy would allow them to explore a much larger pool of potential suspects.
With the CODIS system, the pool you have is only convicted felons. With the genealogy, the world's limit.
In 2019, the unknown DNA profile collected from the crime scene was sent to a private lab. Technicians hope to use it to trace the killer's family tree. And the tedious and time-consuming hard work paid off. It led investigators to a man who'd been living since the time of Scott's murder. His name was Zachary Bunny. Detectives were stunned.
Has this name been anywhere in the case file?
No, I'd read every report. I never found any mention of this name.
Who was Zachary Bunny? Detective Green went to work hoping to find a connection between him and Scott Martinez. What did you end up learning?
I realized to find a tie with Bunny.
The name Adele Rock was in the case file. The initial investigation, Scott's housekeeper had denied rumors of an affair with her boss. Detective Grimlin also discovered another detail in one of his reports.
She, at one point, had come into the police department to return a key that she had to the apartment.
At the time, brought to police, she was returning the key she had been given while doing housework for Scott. The details seem much more critical now that police knew Adair O'Hara had been dating the man whose blood was found at the crime scene. Police wondered if Zachary Bunny somehow got his hands on the key and had been able to surprise Scott that night.
Records checks show that he lived about a mile away from Mr. Martinez's apartment.
Detective Grimion noted that the source for those reports was Chuck Barnes. Barnes had been the same person who mentioned an affair with Adara Roth as a possible motive during the original investigation. Now, 13 years after that first interview, Barnes sat down with Detective Grimion to share his reason for those suspicions.
She told me one time that Zach knew she was cheating on him. He was cleaning Scott's house, and he told her he could fall over there. So he knew who she was cheating on with.
As police dug deeper, pieces of the puzzle continued to fall into place. It turned out that shortly after Scott's murder, Bunny had left town. What had Bunny been doing in the years after Scott's murder?
He moved, he went up to the Northwest Coast, he had no law enforcement contacts, he kept his nose clean.
Investigators learned their prime suspect was still living in Oregon. Bunny was taken into custody, but refused to answer even the most basic questions.
Do you know where in June 2006 you were living?
I'll answer that one.
Okay, no problem. Do I answer any questions I have?
No.
Okay.
What happened when you confronted Zachary Bunny about Scott Martinez's murder?
He denied having any involvement. He said he did not know Mr. Martinez, denied ever being to his apartment.
Police believe the DNA evidence they had proved those denials were lies. During the interview, Bunny's body language indicated he was extremely nervous, especially as investigators looked at his hands. What did you notice about his hands?
Both hands had quite significant scarring, and one finger appeared to be disfigured.
Tell me why you got scars. I don't want to answer the question.
Whoever killed Scott Martinez had badly injured themselves during the attack. Investigators were now all but certain that person was Zach Bunny. What did Bunny say when you asked him for his DNA?
His initial response was refused. When he refused to consent, I said, actually, you have to, because I have a search warrant, and that's when he confessed.
The DNA confirmed all of investigators' theories.
The DNA evidence taken from Mr. Bunny matched the DNA
Bunny was arrested and charged with the murder of Scott Martinez. Detective Bunny called Angelina Penn to inform her that her father's accused killer was about to face justice. Take me back to that day when you got that call.
Next to my sisters being born, that was probably the most magical that all the dark clouds had parted. And I could breathe. I could finally have answers.
As Brian Erickson prepared for trial, he focused on the strength of his case. Walk me through the evidence you had against Zachary Bunny.
Well, first and foremost was the blood that was left in the bathroom and the blood that was left on the toilet paper. That was the most important evidence.
But despite that incredibly compelling evidence, Erickson still found Zachary Bunny.
They were pulled out his sword and action was cut me, which is why my blood was out. So now you're looking at self-defense.
When prosecutors approached Scott's daughter Angelina about the possibility of an acquittal, she immediately saw the advantages in avoiding that risk. Why did you decide to give the prosecutors the okay to seek a plea deal with Bunny?
My family and I, we needed closure. It was time to just close that chapter. It was time to just put it all to sleep.
Bunny ultimately accepted a deal and pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter. Based on everything you know about this case, what do you think happened that night?
I believe Bunny was waiting inside that apartment when Scott came home. I believe Zachary used that sword to violently kill Martinez. Injures himself, tries to bandage himself, leaving behind wounds.
At his sentencing hearing, Zachary Bunny read a statement to the court.
Just wanted to say I'm sorry for the death of this has caused Martinez's family. You know, the courts cannot bring back a life.
For the loved ones of Scott Martinez, Bunny's words rang hollow. If you had the chance to sit down with Bunny, what would you ask him?
What was it that made you think that this was resolution? What was it in your brain that made you do something so disgusting? My dad was tortured. I want to know why. I want to know why.
But deep in her heart, Angelina knows even those answers wouldn't give her what she really wants the most. The years of good time she was denied were gone. Zachary Bunny was sentenced to 12 years in prison. Under California law, he'll have to serve at least 9 years before he's eligible for parole. Scott's daughter says, that day comes, she'll be there to fight his release. I'm Paul Zone. Join us next time back on the case.
Hello, Mary. It's Dawn, and I think you probably already know who I am. The last time I saw you, I was 3, almost 4. I am angry and ignorant because, from what I understand, you knew Vicky was dangerous. This feels like a different and I just want to know, why did this happen?
Tough question. I had no idea that Vicky was capable of this. Please know, understand, any idea that she was going to do this, I would have stopped it. I'm sorry I failed you. You should have been taken from us by a monster.
What I need you to do is be upfront and tell me what happened.
That I don't know anything about it. I'm telling you the honest truth. I don't know anything about it.
I don't think Vicky was the one that she was.
If you're full on a killer, sweetheart, I have no problem putting you in prison for the rest of your life. I can look you in the eye and tell you that.
Calling her by her name, I feel like gives her too much respect. Anytime I refer to her, it's been 62794. Her prison number. I am so glad 62794 is behind 8 feet of concrete where she belongs. And she'll never get out. Except when the devil comes to take her to hell. was Vicky, and I, and my 2 kids, and her son. It's kind of around the time that she really started to show her true colors. We're all kind of faking happiness because we don't want to upset Vicky. If I could say one thing to that young man, I would tell him, get out now. Just get out. You're not going to make this work. I was 20 years old when I met Vicky Estabrook at the hospital that I worked at. Vicky was a registered nurse and I was a respiratory therapy student.
So how did you get into this?
Well, I always wanted to help.
She seemed nice. She seemed a genuine person, somebody that seemed interested in me and wanted to get to know me. We just kind of talked about where we were from.
So, rumor has it that you're newly single.
My first marriage was a disaster from the beginning. I was 18 when I got married the first time. Vicky was previously married, and that marriage had fallen apart. She had a son, and at the time he was 4 years old. Vicky was a good listener. She seemed to be very sympathetic.
If you want to talk to someone about it, I'm here.
In retrospect, if I could go back in time and change something, I would have turned around and run. During a long weekend, some friends and I went to Montana just for a weekend getaway to visit and catch up. When I got back home from my mom's house, my mom, she says, "Do you know somebody named Vicky?" I said, "Yeah, I do." I would say she's my girlfriend and a couple of days. She goes, "Well, she was out there looking for you and she might be able to get you out." And she was very direct. I said, "Well, what did you tell her?" And she said, "I didn't tell her anything. I said that I had to follow her." It was the first time that I really saw that possessive side of Vicky. When I saw Vicky for the first time back in Boise, she didn't really act accusatory or anything at that point. She seemed very pleasant.
So,
I asked her, "How did you find my parents' phone number?" And then that's when she told me that she had gone through all of their Vincent's in the phone book.
I just went down the list.
That's weird. I kind of felt like my privacy was being invaded, and I did not really appreciate it. I'm not connected to this person, I'm not dating, we're not girlfriends, we're not living together. We're not even a couple. And then she just kind of got real serious.
Apologize to another idea.
It was something I thought was odd, but I didn't really think it was anything to worry about at the time. You gotta remember, I was only 20 years old at the time. I didn't have a lot of experience with people, and especially in relationships, you know. And I thought that maybe she was just really into me. In retrospect, this was the first red flag. I soon came to understand later on that when Vicky wanted something, she got it. And it was not negotiable. Trying to find a job in the field in Boise was tough because the full-time positions weren't there.
So, how's the job search going?
I was able to get a job full-time after graduating from college down in Twin Falls, Idaho. And so I've been able to secure
Jesus fucking Christ.
upset. Did you see somebody else down there? You got another girl down there?
Is she?
Who's who?
What you're moving for?
No, it's not the case. I told you, I'm just going down because this is where they have a full-time job for me. So I'm going to go there. You stay here. Maybe we can see each other from time to time.
I can still hang out on weekends.
It's so many friends. She hit me with that. I'm quitting my job and I'm coming with you. I didn't really understand how to respond to that.
It's sweet, it'll be tough.
I liked her, and I thought, well, maybe this will be okay. Maybe she is supposed to come with me. Maybe we are just supposed to be together.
You know what? I think this will be good for us.
Didn't really understand that this was not normal. I learned in subsequent years what I was to her. I wasn't the love of her life. The word I had to use to describe myself to her, I was proper. After Vicky moved in with me, I got to know him a lot better. When I met Vicky's son for the first time, I noticed his legs were burned from about the knees down to the top of his feet. It looked incredibly painful to me.
Hey guys.
Vicky kind of explained how that had happened. The story that she told me was that he was in the app, and the phone room, or the doorbell rang, I can't remember which. She left me for a second, going through the phone, went through the door, and when she came back, he had turned the hot water. Yes, the water heater was set at a very high temperature, and she said that it just burned his legs really bad. And, wow, that's terrible. I kind of started thinking about that a little bit. And what she described did not seem to make sense. I don't know why she looks so bad. I was thinking that if there was already water in the tub, in order to reach the point that it would burn his skin like that, the water would have had to be running for quite a while. I said, well, you need to have that water to keep set up thermonuclear.
I
understand. She got very, very, very upset. That was not a good thing to talk to her about.
Do you think that I did this?
She said, what are you accusing me of? Are you accusing me of hurting my son? Oh, no. Say anything about it. We're having a conversation. I was trying to understand. What are times? She said, what happened is exactly what I told you.
I did it, my son. It's none of my business.
I was never able to learn for sure what had happened. I have no evidence one way or the other. I'm certainly not accusing her of anything, but it was highly suspect. She was mad at me. She was punching me for something. It just kind of goes very well with her personality. If people in her life that she felt were hers didn't do what she wanted them to do, her response was to hurt them.
Around every day, working to make sure our 5G network is impacted by the global weather.
Get the most out of our 5G network with unlimited data for 30 days a month. And phone for free from US Cellular.
The Bissell Crosswave Cordless Max lets you vacuum and wash your floors at the same time. Dry messes, wet messes, even washes. When you buy this one, you'll help save all those crowds. To learn more, go to BissellCrosswave.com.
Fucking Christ.
15 minutes on Duolingo will give you more than 15 minutes on social media. It's positive reinforcement, and it's grâce à Duolingo, j'ai la confiance, parler, lire, dire français. Download Duolingo. It's a fun way to start learning language.
Carvana's cut a lot of waste. 100% online car buying, car lending machines, and now putting you in control of your finances. At Carvana, get personalized terms, browse for cars that fit your budget, then customize your down payment and monthly payment. And these aren't made up numbers. It's what you'll really pay, right down to the penny. Whether you're shopping or just looking, it only takes a few seconds and it won't affect your credit score. Finally, a totally different way to finance your ride. Only from Carvana.
then detail for your family. I'm in for what's next. Ready to feel it. I'm in. Ready to earn that world-based dogma? I'm in. Here to play a bigger role in this community? I'm in. Everyone who's relieved drug need, help stop permanent drug damage, and helps you get cleared with psoriatic arthritis. And with less pain, feel free to join me. Endo may lower the rate of drug infections, serious symptoms, fatal events including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor if you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cuts or sores, have hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, bruising, bleeding, or pains. Don't start Endo if you have an infection like the flu. When opportunities come your way, be ready to say, I'm in for what's next. Ask me about it.
Once my divorce and my first wife was finalized, Vicky made the decision that we were going to get married. It was very transactional. That's the best way to describe it. At the time, I didn't really think about that I was making a mistake. We were living together and we were acting like husband and wife. I thought it was the thing to do. I'd seen her temper, but I hadn't seen her other times. She was her best friend. We had decided to build a fence to protect the dogs from the road. We lived on the road that was fairly busy. We didn't want the dogs to go out of the place. So I bought some supplies. And I was unloading the steel posts, and I unloaded the wire, and I was getting things kind of ready to start the construction of the fence. And as she came out, she looked all over. She just blew up. That's not what we talked about. That's not what we discussed. What are you, stupid? Aren't you listening to me? And her eyes just almost felt like they were piercing me. And then she was started with just like, you're so stupid. I'm not going to stop. This is ridiculous. It's just the fence. Don't make crazy. It was just out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. Who the hell expects it? And then she just started that god-awful cackling laugh that she had. Called me Lucy. What's the matter with you, Lucy? What's the matter? Aren't you going to punch bad? Put medicate your fart? I've never been hit by a girl before. I guess I didn't know how to respond. I was raised that you never hit a girl. After she hit me, she kind of looked at me for a second, and then just turned around and walked inside. I guess you could say say that that's when I really started to realize that I had made a mistake. Vicky's anger and rage really began to show and became more and more a part of our daily life. But every time she would pull her neck, every time she would pop me in the job, I thought, okay, I've already gone through learning course. So you've got to be able to make a miracle. I guess I didn't realize that she was crazy. I thought a lot of it was me. That I was doing things that were making her angry or annoying to her. And I really thought if I could just adjust my behavior, it would help to alter the trajectory of the relationship. It was like living with a powder keg. You just put a bomb, just didn't know it was going to go off. There was one time we'd gotten some deli meat, and this particular grocery store, I didn't really care for the roast beef that they made. She liked it, I did not like it. So we had gotten turkey and ham and cheese and other things. And I asked her, I just said, hey, no roast beef on my sandwich, please. I don't really care for that.
There you go.
She said, here's your sandwich. Have roast beef. I didn't say anything. I just walked over to the sink and I was taking the roast beef off and I was setting it aside. And my back's to her and I'm just doing my thing. And all of a sudden, a knife goes singing past my hand into the cupboard. Shit's on this. What in the hell is wrong with you? Why would you throw it? Oh my God, really? I don't know if she hit me with it. I don't know if it was that aim. I got in my car and I went down and I slept in my office that night. I felt like I was her favorite. She was really good. But I guess I put up with a lot of crap for a long time because I wanted it to work. Who's doing it? He's a quick off. Vicky felt like she had the power to control it. She felt like not only she had the power, she had the right to control things. My two children from the first grade lived with mommy for their life. One day we got a letter in the mail that the state was going to be raising the child support. And I told Vicky about it. And she blew up. She screamed and yelled, she doesn't need any more money. I said, that's just not going to be raising your child support. We can't afford it, so I'm going to take care of this. I asked her, what do you mean? She said, I think I know the perfect way to fix it. Overdose of police. We injected between the toes. They don't look between the toes. It's injected in there. It went. I thought she was just being a dumbass. I didn't really think about, oh my gosh, this is a person that could kill somebody. It was not long after that, 4 or 5 days later. She said, you need to go to your parents' house. There was something being verified that you were there. I asked her, why do I need to go to my parents' house? And she pulled out insulin and syringes. She said, you just need to go. I'm going to take care of this. She was going to go and kill my first wife. I said, no. This was really the first time I ever took a stand with her. I just started yelling at her. Why the hell would you want to do this? You're not doing this. You are not going to hurt my ex-wife. Anything ever happens to her, I'll call the police myself. She looked at me with these eyes like I betrayed her. I was not part of the team, and I would be dealt with. She said, you're such a... You won't stand up to her. You won't stand up to anybody. I grabbed that insulin up. I grabbed the syringe and I just ran from the house. I just go and I find a dumpster behind the grocery store and I just throw it in maybe I should call the police. But I thought that, well, it would just be my word against hers, and then things would be terrible. I think it was at that point I really started to understand that I was in trouble.
So many people are asking themselves, why can't they lose weight? For most, the reason is insulin resistance, and they don't even know they have it. Conventional starvation diets don't address insulin resistance. That's why they don't work. Now there's release from GOLO. It naturally helps reverse insulin resistance, stops sugar cravings, and releases stubborn fat, all while controlling stress and emotional eating. At last, a diet pill that actually works. Go to GOLO.com to get yours.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your contractor deals and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. From an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen to 100 horsepower in an Explorer or a moonroof, you've got it. And now an additional 1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build a Ford deal select Ford today and get 1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
U.S. Cellular, we're local, so we're on the ground every day, working to make sure our 5G network isn't impacted by the local weather.
Get the most out of our 5G network. Choose any phone for free. That's any phone, including the new Galaxy S22, totally free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month.
Because we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money all year round. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
What I love about Ranger is how we put together your stories on a seasonal basis. Great deal of my time is spent traveling the world to identify cultural influences that are compactly passionate, but ultimately find unique designs so you can tell your own story by experiencing it.
Attacks. You can't always avoid triggers like stress. Qlipta can't help prevent migraine attacks. You can't prevent what's going on outside. That's why Qlipta helps what's going on inside. Qlipta is a pill. It's right to work to prevent migraine attacks and keeps them away over time. Qlipta blocks CGRP, a protein believed to be a cause of migraine attacks. Qlipta is a preventive treatment for episodic migraine. Most common side effects are nausea, constipation, and tiredness. Learn how AbbVie can help you save on Qlipta.
Guess what? True Botanicals has a new product, Shabula Active Serum, and it's amazing.
Shabula is a breakthrough ingredient that's tested for 5 times a week. And Shabula serum is clinically proven to outperform 2 leading skincare serums.
I feel an instant change. My skin is smoother, plumper, more radiant.
True Botanicals products are clean, safe, and sustainable.
It is literally like magic in a box.
Go to truebotanicals.com for a limited time offer.
At U.S. Cellular, we're local, so we're on the ground every day, working to make sure our 5G network isn't impacted by the local weather.
Now you can get the most out of our 5G network. Plus, choose any phone from any brand for free. That's right, free, including all 5G phones.
Because we believe you should get more of the latest 5G technology for less of your hard-earned money all year round.
U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Diane because she was participating in a class I was teaching at the nursing home she worked at. Her full name was Alita Diane Gray. She was a very pretty woman. And I just started talking with her different classes. She was incredibly smart. She was very compassionate, very sympathetic. I had kind of found a kindred spirit in her. She became my best friend in the whole world. Come to find out that our life paralleled. He was in a situation that was not very good with her boyfriend, and I kind of explained to her where I was at. Some of the things that she does. Diane had helped me find myself worth, made me realize that I didn't need Vicky anymore. I did not need to deal with her crap anymore. I was done with her.
That's the only reason I'm still in it. It's because I only get divorced once.
I just came to the decision it was time, and I wanted to move on with that. I wanted to be in a better place in my life. I needed to do better for myself, and I realized that I couldn't do that with Vicky anymore. So I just packed my stuff up while she was do what she did, which was hunting around and finding me. I had started the divorce process. I'd gotten a lawyer. I've been from payments getting started. I had to work extra shifts at the hospital on weekends to pay for all this stuff. And sure enough, guess who I found in the parking lot when I came out of the hospital from working an all-night shift?
No, you stay away from me.
Vicky was sitting right there. I was just like, what the hell are you doing here? I'm done talking. She said, you need to come back home. You need to come home now. I wasn't going to be the prisoner anymore.
But we have a home together. You can't just leave.
Watch me. I said, no, we're done. I'm not coming back to you. I'm done with it. You understand me? Do you hear me? Do you get that through your thick skull that I'm done? You finally understand that.
You are fine. Look like
I'm never going to divorce you. That'll never happen. Divorce never. Murder. She did.
nothing is over.
After Vicky started showing up in my work, I went and bought something I had never bought before in my life. To carry with me. If she was going to kill me, she was going to kill me. But I wasn't going to do it on that fire. About 2.5 months later, Diane and her daughter Jade. Jade was 3 young. We had gotten engaged. I had actually proposed to Diane.
What is it?
What? When Vicky found out that Diane and I were living together and in a relationship, she tracked us down to our new apartment. When I opened the door, I saw Vicky and Diane's ex-boyfriend. I thought they were there to start trouble. I had my handgun in the apartment at that time, but it was locked up. We were not expecting to show up.
Following me?
I started screaming at both. I said, get the hell out of here. You have no reason to be here. She said, well, good to see your balls have dropped.
I've done all this.
We showed up. Basically, they just told me to take a walk. Get out. Just get away from it. Get away from the situation. Get away from it.
Did you do something? I mean, it's just trespassing, right?
So if she was going to kill me, fine. I didn't know how she was going to do it.
They are dangerous.
And I said, if anything ever happens to me, you know damn well who it will have been. I thought it was me. She was going to go after me. I had no idea what was coming.
These used cars look the same, but how can you tell which one's the better deal?
Bringing Dad from Sarasota? Hey, Dad.
one's broken.
Dads are great, but let's say, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com. Still not confident about which used car buying? Nope. Why not ask the most confident person in the office? One of the high school coach.
Who's got talent? Tough this. You want to win? Gangnam Style.
Just say, shop the Carfax. You'll get the most accurate price. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com. You found the right one.
For sure.
Now, how can you be sure you're getting the right deal?
This one's like the last boyfriend. It's not issues.
Well, let's ask the expert. The right news just say, show me the car. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop overpaying. Shop at the all-new Carfax.com. Not confident about which used car to buy? Why not ask the most confident person you know? What a risky thing. Just say, show me the car. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle. This game. Stop saying, show me Carfax.com.
Just drop in your favorite ingredients, keep it frozen fruit, and make a smoothie anytime, anywhere. Blend it into flour. Just add a drop of soap, water, and blend. Recharge quickly with any meal kit. Order now on blendthat.com for our best deal ever.
It's the hottest seller's market of the year. If you're thinking of selling your home, your first step is to find out how much it's worth today. But where do you start? Introducing HomeLight, the essential real estate platform for selling your home. HomeLight will give you a free home valuation and match you with top local real estate agents in your neighborhood and provide you a complimentary market analysis. HomeLight uses the same tools that you use. And HomeLight is backed by the nation's best real estate experts. Find out how much your home is worth for free at HomeLight.com.
Comfort isn't just me. Amazon Home delivers free shipping and all prices. The Compass has a local.com. Home centers paid for by CCI. Cigarettes. Baby safer is smoking.
I left that morning quarter to 7. Because I had to make a road trip up to Sun Valley, Idaho area. And Diane and Jake were going to commit that day. first tried to call her to give her the heads up that I was on my way, Jay picked up the phone. She answered the phone. She said, "How you doing? Can you talk to your mom?" And she said, "My mom's asleep." And my mom's asleep and she's got purple lipstick or blue lipstick on. I had no idea what that meant. I mean, she was just a little kid at the time. I didn't think anything. I said, "Well, tell her I'm coming home so she can get ready and get dressed because I'll be there in just a little bit so we can go." Okay. And I got home to watch the TV. And told me again, her mommy has blue lipstick on, purple lipstick on. And I went in and sorry? Sorry, this is harder than I thought. I walked into the bedroom. Diane was laying on her stomach. Going. She was so cool. She was cool. When my aunt first died, the police were telling me that she had passed away from a methamphetamine overdose. And I thought, that's impossible. She didn't use drugs. I know that. They said that they found methamphetamine and marijuana in her purse. I said, there's no way. There's no way. We've only been living together for a short period of time, but I knew she didn't use drugs.
You said that you were going through a divorce now. Who are you getting divorced from? Vicky? Arlene? Yes.
In my initial interview, I knew it was Vicky. I told him that. I said, Vicky did this because she tried to do it to my ex-wife.
Vicky's crazy. She's psychopathic. But she's there driving by. She drove by 2 nights ago with somebody showing her work.
She had been so aggressive with trying to pursue me, and I just knew she had something to do with it.
Diane was worried about people talking to her. She said Vicky's going to try one more time. She's trying Vicky's not broken. Destroyed. That young version of myself, and I can tell you what he feels. He knows that Vicky did it, and he feels like he's responsible. She hated Diane. She called Diane a slut. Diane, she loved me. I loved her. But we're right in the middle of a cold triangle.
Something to the effect that, oh my gosh, that really happened. I said, Vicky, I know you had something to do with this, and I hope you brought me out for what you've done. And I hung up on her. I moved out of the apartment. I don't know how she found me, but she showed up at my doorstep again. She said she wanted to talk to me. So I said, fine, let's go for a drive. Got in the car and she drove to a church parking lot. I always had my go. Always had it. But I was nervous. She said I just needed to come home to her. That I need to get over this. And that was hers. And I belonged with her. She looked different. I don't know how to explain it. It was like her eyes were empty, if that makes sense.
You're meant to be with me.
Vicky, I'm not doing this anymore.
And so I told her I'm not going back with her. She didn't even really look at me. And she just looked forward and said, so we're really done. This is really over. Why? It's scary, because that was something that was different. She'd never been that way before. She'd never really been quiet. And I'm feeling to make sure I got enough. And she said, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I saw her that last time. I still think that she had something to do with it. My conviction of that hadn't changed. It was February 2000, about 6 months after the murder. Now we found out what really happened. Phone rang, I picked it up. It was my former sister-in-law. And she said, I just wanted to let you know that Vicky had been arrested for Diane's murder. And I hear the details of what she had done, what Vicky had done to Diane. And take a break for a minute, please.
These squirrels are better at saving than we are.
Try embracing your inner squirrel. With BMO Harris, you get a cash reward for every month you save.
That could help us redo the yard.
You could really go nuts.
It shouldn't take a storm of biblical proportions to find out who you can count. It shouldn't take a 4-foot diameter oak tree in your kitchen to find out who you can trust. It shouldn't take the worst to bring out our best. But sometimes it does. And that's the silver lining.
He's coming up here to live this lifestyle with me now. Big step.
The toilet is right next to the fridge. I cannot get the bathroom in the kitchen.
Big step. The Deal on Discovery Plus.
Hey, David Dobrik. Me and my friends are going to take a world tour. This show is going to be nuts. Oh my God, this is like another dream.
There's something for everyone on Discovery Plus. Stream now for just $4.99.
PTI. I need the PD, FCOB, aka EOD. What's the ETA?
ASAP, FYI. See my IM?
TLDR. TLDR.
We don't need any more actions, but we can always use more ways to say, let's go!
Demanding jobs keep you on your feet. Get the most cushioning you need with Max cushioning. Durable, slip-resistant traction helps keep you steady and secure. Skechers' exclusive air-cooled memory foam provides all-day comfort. Get Max comfort with Max cushioning at Skechers.com.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive bus.
Ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, what is it? I didn't.
If you're high, just don't drive. If you feel different, you drive different.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Remember the best planned 90 minutes of your life? Or that surprise party from your parents for their anniversary? The same way you managed to capture those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communication plan. Protect
A lot of what happens in the house.
Vicky killed Diane. Autumn, mother's daughter was involved. Autumn's boyfriend, Matt Pearson. She waited to leave after I had left. Autumn came up to the door and knocked on the door. My pulled a handgun out.
You want to talk to other people in order to raise him. And you had some embryo, and that she was injected, and that was the cause of her death.
They held Diane down. And Vicky injected her with a whole bunch of insulin. And injected her with methamphetamine. And the whole time Diane was screaming. And Vicky said, "I don't care, bitch, you're gonna die."
I know that you injected her, and I know that you guys put her on the bed and waited for her to take it back. I know that.
Diane wasn't dying fast enough for Vicky. So she pillow over her face. Finished the job. Then she wanted to kill the 4-year-old girl. Someone spoke up, Autumn and Matt spoke up, and wouldn't allow it. They would go on.
I was only told you everything. Like, everything.
Vicky, Autumn, and Matt were caught. I guess thanks to Autumn was in high school, so she was only 15. And she had a friend, and apparently the friend was not getting along with her stepfather. And told a friend that, hey, we got a way of taking care of people. And we'll get caught. You're not gonna get caught. She said,
And now we cut over this friend in contact with us. I know that you go. From here on, is to turn the car for the rest of your life.
they had rehearsed it the night before. They practiced what they were going to do. And how much more needed is dedicated to the kid?
But I think you're going to
that I don't know the feedback. I don't know the feedback.
Ryan second breath. Ryan second garbage. Huge. She began early.
You're going to be charged. We're going to talk with you, the prosecutor now. You're going to be charged with murder.
I have to say it does give me sort of sense of satisfaction. Because for once, she was the one who didn't have the control. Good shit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Initially, I was upset that the prosecutors were taking the death penalty off the list. I wanted her to live under the specter of death. She deserved it. By her accepting the life without parole, the goal was accomplished of protecting society. And society needs to be protected from her. If Vicky ever gets to see this, I just want to say, Vicky, you are a son of a bitch for doing this. And I still hope you are miserable where you're at.
I think you probably already know who I am. I look a lot like my mom, and I'm just here to ask you a few questions that you can try and think out of my mind. One of my biggest questions for you is, why did you just disappear out of my life? You and my mom were really, really close, and I don't understand why you just vanished, and you never cared about my well-being after the event. I never heard from you. I tried to reach out. I never gotten any response. And so I would really, it would help me understand better if you could explain to me why you just left.
You're right. I love your mother very much. I'm sorry you feel like I abandoned you. That was never my intention. But I really felt like that if I stayed in your life, it would be more of a reminder of what had happened. And I'll admit that part of it was I was afraid. I know that you reached out to me. I just didn't know what to say. Please forgive me. Jade, I just did not want to be the reminder of the fact that your mom is gone.
One of the other questions that I had was that growing up, I've heard a lot of stories about the events leading up to my business, and a common theme among all the stories was that you knew Vicky was capable of hurting people, and that you were scared of Vicky, and this feels like it could have been very preventable, and I just want to know why you knew that Vicky was capable of hurting people. Why did this happen?
That's a tough question. It deserves an answer, Jade. I guess the short answer is I did not know that Vicky would do what she did. I mean, she threatened to kill my ex-wife. Maybe I should have seen that sign clearer. Please, no. Understand any idea that she was going to do this. I would have stopped it. I would have used heaven and earth to protect you and your mom. That being said, I make no excuse for what I have failed to do. Please don't ever think for a second that a day goes by that I don't think of your mom. And I don't live with the fact that I didn't protect her. I'm sorry I failed you. Sorry I failed your mom. More than that, I'm sorry that you feel like I didn't care enough to protect her, because I would have. Great. It's just hard. Maybe finish this answer for Jane?
It's a fair question. These are fair questions. She has the right to know. And she's entitled to answer these questions.
Sorry about that, Jane. I had to go and collect myself because your question does just remind me of something that I have struggled with for 22 years. And that is that I didn't protect your mom. I had no idea that this would ever happen. But please don't think for a second that I don't feel a sense of responsibility for what happened to my mom. Because I do. I hope you can forgive me. And I hope someday we get the opportunity to have a talk and discuss these questions face to face. I'd love to tell you more about your mom. I wish you all the best, Jade. And let's talk.
Hello, Vern. It's Jade Scotland, and I think you probably already know who I am. I look a lot like my mom. One of my biggest questions for you is, why did you just disappear out of my life? You and my mom were really, really close, and I don't understand why you just vanished, and you never cared about my well-being. I tried to reach out, and I never gotten any response. And so it would help me understand better if you could explain to me why you just left.
When Evil Lives Here started with looking through the details of my mother's case, and I found out that you were interviewing for Vincent, I was a bit suspicious because he was my mom's boyfriend, and I haven't seen Vern since I was around 4. After my mom died, he just vanished with her. Why didn't I see Vern again? I had a lot of resentment towards him and anger. When I got in contact with him, to get those questions that you have.
These are fair questions. She has the right to know. She's entitled to answer these questions.
I have so much I want to ask her. My whole life, I lived with asking why. Why did he just leave? Why did this happen? Why did he lie to my mother? I died for something in my life.
Someday we get the opportunity to discuss these questions face to face. Let's talk.
September 9th, 1992. Every September, I always start feeling very easy. So it's always in there in my mind, just part of me. What happened to our family was really a tragedy. And I was so young when the case had happened that a lot of the investigators and whatnot hadn't ever really kept me to what I struggled with was not knowing everything that went on that day. I had foggy memories and a jumble of what people had told me, but I felt like I was the reason that I somehow contributed. After Turner spoke for the Evil This Here show, the film director, I gave her my number and I said, he wants to talk to me. And I was involved in this issue. It was really, really amazing. It was really good. I am nervous to see her again. I have no idea what's going to happen in that moment. Made a really large impact on Diane in her life. As worried as she was about providing for her, Jade made her feel complete again. I can't even put into words how much I miss her and how I felt treated. There were times that I did feel guilty. The guilt comes from not being able to save her.
On September 9, 1999, police was over to Diane Ray's apartment. Forced entry. There was no obvious signs of a struggle taking place. Diane was on the floor next to her. There was a mess. They found the alongside Diane's farm, and it was consistent with methamphetamine. During that time, Twin Falls method really sprung up, and it become huge in our area. Because we got all over, it wasn't hard to go out and stuff like that available.
You at home today? Where's your mom? The big boy there? What big boy? Was there one boy? 3 boys?
It's really hard to watch. How she says that people came in and killed her mom. It's just heartbreaking. It is. Leaves you whole. This case was difficult from the beginning because when kids speak, you just have to decipher if what they're talking about is in reality or if it's make-believe.
Wait a minute.
We didn't have all the telltale signs of the normal homicide. We didn't have forced entry. We didn't have what appeared to be any sort of fighting going on. There was no indication other than the drugs that were in her purse that anything other than she ingested methamphetamine and killed her.
These used cars look the same, but how can you tell which one's the better deal?
Coming back from Sarasota? Hey, Dad.
This one's broken.
Dads are great, but let's say, show me the Carfax value. You'll get the most accurate price based on the vehicle's accident history. Look for me and stop. Shop at your Carfax value.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner with a complex operation and travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile.
Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered from major hubs to remote destinations. With 5G coverage ready now. The demand of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
It shouldn't take us It shouldn't take a 4-foot diameter oak tree in your kitchen. Find out who you can
Come on, fucker.
It shouldn't take the worst to bring out our best. But sometimes, and that's the silver lining.
Milk-bone dipped. A treat so tasty, everyone will want to be a dog.
Come on.
Coated in delicious peanut butter flavored yum. Dog life's more fun with milk-bone dipped.
Usually it's not strange.
I just saw a rattlesnake, and I'm not into it.
I've never been a mouse on civilization.
Oh my god. I cannot get in the bathroom right next to the fridge.
I'm an actor in an ad. I was given 12 seconds to remind you that if you're high, just don't drive. Because if you feel different, you drive different. It's illegal to drive high everywhere anyway.
Ready for this incredible deal on Blend.2. It packs the power of a big blender on the go, and it crushes right through ice. You just drop in your favorite ingredients, even frozen fruit, and make a smoothie anytime, anywhere. Blend.it cleans itself. Just add a drop of soap, water, and blend. Recharge quickly with any USB port. Order now on Blend.com and get our best deal ever.
When selling your home, one wrong move can cost you thousands of dollars. You need a top real estate agent who will do things right. Sell your home fast and at a great price. Introducing HomeLight, the breakthrough way to sell your home. HomeLight has detailed stats on the top real estate agents and home sales in your neighborhood. Nearly 1 million people have used HomeLight to find experienced agents they can trust to sell their homes faster and for more money. Start for free at HomeLight.com.
2B, and 2C. Zero overdraft fees when he overdraws his account by $50 from us. And 2C? Well, she's not going to let a lost card get her stressed. Am I right? That's right. That's because these neighbors all have Chase. Alerts that help check, tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Diane was very pretty, very vivacious, and she just had that personality that was just almost like a magnet to people. When it was Diane and Jade, she was still looking for that relationship. She really wanted somebody that did well, that would be happy when she got home, and also be a father figure in her life. She had met somebody through her work that she really wanted to get to know. The person she met at work was fun. She said, he is wonderful, he treats me wonderful, he wants to be a father figure to my kids and help me raise them. And I knew that was what was most important to her. There was a time where I did some conversation before Diane's death.
Before my mom moved in with Vern, our life was very all over the place. But with Vern, it felt like everything kind of fell into rhythm, and that I could always expect to wake up there. And it was just warm and comfortable, and I think how a childhood should be. I really saw Vern as a father figure. I felt very safe around him. I hadn't witnessed my mom that happy, I don't think, at all before. The memories that I have are almost, they're like videos that play in my mind, but they're very faded, almost like an old projector film. The day my mother died, I remember either a doorbell or a knock at the door, and she answered the door, and I don't remember much about that interaction at the door, but I remember the three strangers kind of pushing and forcing my mother to the bedroom. I remember a gun. There was yelling, and I think she was crying maybe. And I remember just that feeling of anxiety and scared and a lot of confusion on my end. And then one of them came and talked with me. They asked what I liked to do or if I had toys that I liked to play with. And I remember becoming very excited, thinking that they were there to play with me. I showed her my toys, and then I remember hearing my mom calling for me. They brought me to the doorway, and I remember her on the bed. And I remember her just repeating, I love you so much, you need to know that, you need to tell them that I love them, talking about my siblings, and saying, she said each of their names, and she said I love them. But the one thing I know that she was sure of was that she was dying, and knowing that death was so imminent, and being able to compose to give her message to me, it's just a strength that I don't think many people would have. I thought she was sleeping, she would wake up, and I tried to roll her over. I thought I did something wrong. And then the phone rang. And that was Vern calling, and I remember telling him that she won't wake up. And I remember him sounding panicked at one point and saying he would be there. remember seeing Bird ever again after that. I remember feeling like he was going to be my father, and then he was just gone, and I felt abandoned. Why didn't I see Bird again? I had a lot of resentment towards him and anger. I remember asking about him, and my grandmother said he's not going to see him anymore. When I got in contact with people who scared, they had brought up the idea of what if those questions we had for communities. I felt like if I didn't get the answers, it was just disbelief. It was scary. I'm like, how is it going to be like that? And I remember this. Get this to this. Talking about it was easier, but it really isn't. The goal is still there, the emphasis is still there. One time, the police had said that she had died from the drug overdose, the drug use amphetamines. And I remember thinking, no, that's not true. Then we went sister, and I would have known. My dad and I were able to go to the apartment and clean up her place. I remember finding wadded up Kleenex and toilet paper around the bedroom furniture. I picked one up, I'm not sure why, but I smelled it, and it smelled like nothing. When I smelled it, for a split second I thought, oh my gosh, are you really shooting? Are you using that to clean the area? There's that part of your brain that goes, okay, this is hard evidence. People can't keep secrets. And the detective was still out there, and I said, can I ask you some questions? And he said I could, and I said, did you find track on the line? And he said, I did, I found two. You know the track mark in her left and her right arm. Then I knew something was
Come on.
because Diane was writing. She couldn't even hardly hold her phone with her left hand. There's no way. And at that point, he looked at my dad and I and said, you people never want to believe that your children are capable of these kind of things. He said, but I'm telling you they are. She was, and she's dead. I said, there's something wrong here. I know in my heart that this isn't right.
A mi marido le encanta el